I've met a lot of lonely people in my life. Jacob says he thinks he might be California. He's got a dirty heart full of movie stars, and he spoons the empty desert. His head is Yosemite heavy, waterfalls in his frontal lobe. He says everyone wants to move into him, but they don't feel at home once they get there. Kimberly says we spend 1/3 of our lives asleep, and she never dreams of anything but being Amelia Earhart, flung into infinity like a feather, twisting on the wind, slowly swirling towards the Bermuda Triangle. She says she's wasted years, imagining disappearing with her eyes closed. Fred, he's a mathematician. He spends most days doing trigonometry in the half-light of his apartment, assigning theorems to the unquantifiable if X is her eyelids in the moonlight and Y is her body alive in my bed, then X plus Y equals my former life, which is greater than or equal to love. Lonely people are like cameras. They just need something to capture and hold on to. They just need another human to notice how a single flash can illuminate a room and render the truth. So pull me into focus, photograph my open ears like seashells. They will echo back your brackish breath. You can pour your oceans into my cavities and maybe we'll only make it by the skin of our teeth, but that skin will be tattooed and magnetic. We will stick to the edge like catchy lyrics stick in your heads like textbooks tend to stick to the facts. I know there are those of us with spines like jammed catapults. We can't quite shake the weight as kids. The world dangled on a string above our small faces like a mobile, rotating out of reach, wind chime magnificent these days. We've seen Abu Ghraib and Auschwitz and Andersonville. There are monsters underneath all of our beds, yes, but there are still saints that hang above our heads like dream catchers. For example, my mother sold her gold jewelry in order to afford a car to shuttle her broken father back and forth from treatment, and if that's not saint-like, then I don't know what kind of religion you're into. But I've been reading rainbows since age 6, and if God got bored flipping channels, went off to get cigarettes and flannel pajamas and never came back, our souls are still the holiest ghosts. They are gorgeous screen doors, hinged to porches, porous in summer storms. Letting other people in would be easier if our locks weren't rusty, but the dusty glow from your lantern is burning like a fever, tuned to the key of recovery. We are all healing slowly, and even if we're lonely, that glow is reflected in a light at the end of the tunnel, which is coming from a Kerouac campfire in California, where Jacob is learning about orange groves and second chances. Kimberly is dreaming of frequent flyer miles and forgiveness. And Fred has mastered the fact that every tangent he goes off on about broken hearts is another sign he should co-sign a new lease on life and come up with a better angle. I've met a lot of lonely people, but we are cameras, still working on developing the negatives, and every person we reach out to is worth infinitely more than 1,000 words.